What is up, guys? Tech92 here at Blitzstreak Live, bringing you another episode of TekTale Tuesdays, the segment where I tell you guys a tale, and you guys sit down and listen to my story. In the last episode, we talked about how Blitzstreak is hoarding Energon and bringing it back to Megatron's base. And in this episode, we'll be talking about how Blitzstreak meets somebody new, and they are actually from the Decepticons. One day, Blitzstreak, as he was going to get some Energon from Megatron's base, he's trying to figure out, maybe I can try and find out some information of what Megatron's doing and what his plan is to try and get the upper hand in this war. So as he's searching around, he stumbles upon this one room, and it's where a bunch of engineers are that are working for Megatron. And as he's lurking around, one of these Decepticons notices him, and his name is Gearflow, and he turns around and he says, "Blitzstreak, is that you?" And he says, "Yes, how do you know me?" He says, "How do I know you? You're one of the most well-known Decepticons that were ever with us. You fought in the Pits Kaon and everything. Everybody knows about you. Or at least the old Decepticons do." And he says, "Oh, wow." And he's talking to him, and he finds out that Gearflow doesn't really feel like working for Megatron anymore because, he knows how crazy Megatron's gotten with his power and everything, and he doesn't really know what direction that Megatron's gonna bring the planet into if he wins this war. He's thinking that, the planet is probably going to die because it's dying right now. And you gotta keep in mind, this is all right before Megatron goes on the search for Dark Energon. And as they talk, Blitzstreak says, "Well, maybe you can try and find out some information for me, and just kind of let me know, and I can meet up here, and in secret, and you can let me know." And Gearflow says, "Well, how about I do this? Maybe I could join you." He says, "Join me? What are you talking about?" And he says, "Well, I mean, you're Blitzstreak, you left the Decepticons, you and Stealthfang. So, don't you have some kind of like rebel fleet or something?" And he says, "Rebel fleet?" He says, "Wow, that's actually a pretty good idea. I never really thought of it." And he says, "No, I haven't. We just kind of left and kind of went from there." He says, "But that's a great idea. Maybe we could find a way to get a bunch of Decepticons together and we could overthrow Megatron or something, or maybe we could all work in secret and then at the last second, just jump Megatron and maybe take over and try and finally end this war once and for all." So Gearflow in Cybertron, he is known for his engineering capabilities. He's really good with a wrench and everything, and he knows how to take things apart and put them back together in like short amount of time. So they meet a few times and everything, and Gearflow shares information with Blitzstreak and everything, and he also finds out there's some other people who are Gearflow's friends that want to join with Blitzstreak because they've had enough with Megatron's plans, and they just want to try and get rid of Megatron to try and end this war. So Blitzstreak starts to kind of recruit some of these guys, but he also helps them out to start this rebel resistance slash rebel fleet or whatever. And he sees how good Gearflow is with just mechanical things and building stuff, and he teaches him how to fight using that to his advantage. Now when he teaches him how to go on the assault, but also mainly how to be evasive and dodge so many different movements and everything, and counter it by using his engineering abilities to disassemble his enemies. So it's going to be really cool because when he teaches Gearflow how to fight, he's dodging, and as he's dodging, he's like loosening some nuts and bolts here and there, and then before you know it, his enemies are falling apart, literally falling apart, their legs, their arms, and everything. And then finally he just kind of blows a final strike and just kills them. And Gearflow has a few friends, and he brings him along to Blitzstreak's base and everything, and they kind of start up their own rebel force. And at the same time, they're also sharing information back and forth to each other to get back to Blitzstreak, because they're going to start working undercover and they're going to double-cross Megatron. And they find out later that Megatron is on his search for this so-called Dark Energon. And they try and find out, you know, what is this Dark Energon? What does it do? And later, they do find out. So, this is pretty much about it for right now for this story of Blitzstreak. I know they're really short right now, guys, but I kind of come up with these stories just as I'm going along and everything. I actually came up with this story after I recorded the other episode of TekTale Tuesdays. It was probably like the next day, and I wrote some notes down. So as you guys know, Gearflow is an engineer. He and Blitzstreak found him, taught him how to fight, and he taught him how to unassemble, reassemble, and everything. Well, later, Gearflow will take a major role in this war when Blitzstreak and his rebel force try to fight Megatron and his army. But that is about it for now, guys. So let me know what you guys think about this, because I kind of came up with this, and it is Blitzstreak's, you know, rebel fleet, and they are trying to overthrow Megatron. They're a rebel force to be reckoned with, and that's about it, guys. So I will see you guys in the next episode of TekTale Tuesdays. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please leave your feedback, because like you guys know, I love it when you guys give me feedback. But until next time, Tech Knight 2 is